I ever tell you about the mine my granddaddy said Jake Hurley'd found?
He found a mine?
A couple years before he died, Granddad told my daddy that Jake found a vein in the mountains somewhere and was mining it all by himself, so no one would steal it out from under him. He wouldn't even tell Granddad where the mine was. What he'd do is have Granddad drive the train real slow so he could jump off without Granddad seeing him. Then Granddad would pick him up at a prearranged spot a few days later. Oh, they didn't call him Crazy Jake Hurley for nothing. Speaking of crazy, you see how much Abner's charging for a haircut at that shop of his now? $20! But what's even crazier is people are actually paying him that. I told him the only way I'd pay him $20 would be if I came in with hair down to my knees. He just laughed and said I was a crazy one. $20 for a haircut? What is this world coming to? But the craziest thing Jake Hurley ever did was tell Granddad the secret to finding his mine. He made him swear to tell it to my daddy and nobody else. Eventually my daddy, he told me, and it was so bizarre that I remember it to this day, though I sure don't understand how it'd help anybody find his mine. But since my daddy didn't tell me not to tell anybody, this is what Crazy Jake Hurley told Granddad, word for word. The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare.
The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare?
Frank, are you sure that's what he said?
I'm positive.
Do you think he could have been pulling your leg?
Look, this guy was old, okay? I mean, we're talking Jurassic. And guys that old don't joke around. They don't have time to. What you just heard is what I heard, word for word.
Got anything else?
I almost forgot. You gotta check this out.
It's just an old letter, Frank.
You bet it's an old letter. From Samuel Clemens.
Oh my gosh, where'd you get this?
I found it in the caboose.
Apparently he and Jake were pen pals.
Wish I had a famous writer for a pen pal.
When Joe gave it to me, I about flipped. I know I should turn it over to Lori, and I will, but it's just so darn cool.
I still don't see what the big deal is. I mean, it's not like it's from Mark Twain or anything. What?
See you soon.
Sounds good.
A spyglass. I'll bet it's the one I need for Jake's projector. This goes here. Okay, looks like that goes there. There, it should work now.
Yes?
I hear Tino took you and John on a trek to Jake's mine.
Jake's mine, my eye. We went tramping through the snow, lugging all this equipment John insisted on bringing, and where do we end up? At this teeny tiny, half-rotten, tumbled-down outhouse.
He led you to an outhouse?
Well, he said it was the opening to a mine shaft, but then John said if it was, shouldn't the hole be going into the mountain instead of just down? So they stood there arguing until Tino finally grabbed a shovel, went inside, and started digging. What he found was definitely not gold.
What did John say?
He called Tino a moron, and a whole lot of other things I'd rather not repeat.
We'll talk some more later.
You go, girl!
Whoa, looks like I did something right. Oh no! What I need is some duct tape.
Yes?
Do you know if there's any duct tape around here?
Duct tape? Duct tape. Nope, afraid not. Sorry.
Bye.
You go, girl.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, Nance. Listen, I'm dying to know. What's it like to finally work with Frank and Joe Hardy? Oh, Bess, you're incorrigible. Hey, if you don't want to hear, just go over there and don't listen. She's listening. So what's it like?
Well, Frank is serious and methodical, while Joe is kind of happy-go-lucky and impulsive.
They're not trying to boss you around and be all manly all the time?
No, not at all. They're great.
George has a thing for Frank. Well, you like Joe. But the real question here is, which one does Nancy like? Ooh, yeah. Which one do you like?
I kind of like Frank.
I knew it! You're just as big a sucker for those boyish good looks of his as I am.
You're not going to say anything to him, are you?
Me? My lips are sealed. The way they were when I told you that I liked that boy who works at the snack shop, that was different. How was it different? I was younger then and had less self-control. It was last week, Bess. Right. Don't worry, Nance. If she starts to say anything to Frank, I'll just stomp on her foot. Ow! Hey, what'd you do that for? Just practicing.
I went inside the crypt where Jake buried his wife, Camille.
Was she still there?
As far as I know.
Did you see her?
No, she was kind enough to stay in her coffin.
Was it like totally gross and creepy in there?
No, it was very peaceful. Almost pleasant.
Any idea how she died?
Frank told me that he overheard the grandson of Jake's engineer say she died after she fell and hit her head.
Did she fall? Or did Jake, give her a little push?
The guy who takes care of the cemetery says he can tell from the way he buried her that Jake must have loved Camille a lot.
Ah, but did he love her? Or did he just have a guilty conscience? That's the question.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Remember, when in doubt, call.
Finish that. Check. 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 Finish. I'm done with that. Check. Check. Can't check that off yet. Check. I'm done with that. Finish that. I'm done with that. Finish that. Check. Can't check that off. Check. I'm done with that. Finish. Finish that. Finish that. Check. Finish that. Check. I'm done with that. Finish that. Check. I'm done with. Finish that. I'm done with that. I'm done. Finish. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. Finish that. Finish that. Haven't done that yet. Haven't done that yet. Still have to do that.
More questions?
Would you by any chance have any duct tape?
Duct tape? Why, I happen to have a roll right here in my pocket.
Great!
Don't be a ninny. Of course I don't have any duct tape. What do I look like, a hardware store?
You didn't go on Tino's expedition to Jake's mine?
Please. The man barely knows where his head is. If he's the one who finds that mine, I'll eat my laptop.
I'll let you get back to your writing.
Remember, if it's juicy, I want to know about it.
Hey, how's it going?
Talk to you later.
You better.
Oops, sounds like somebody's taking a nap. Wisdom, charity, purity, eternity. More pipes. Why am I not surprised?
That should do it.
What's up?
Would you by any chance have any duct tape?
Got some right there in my gearbox. That's the good news. The bad news is, I can't open the box. It's an antique lockbox that I found in this abandoned monastery I scoped out on my show last year. You can open it with either the key, which I just discovered I forgot to bring with me, or the combination, which you're supposed to be able to figure out just by looking at the box. Fortunately, I didn't put anything critical in there. I've never tried to open it without the key, but if you want that duct tape, go ahead and give it a shot.
Thanks, I think I will.
If you get it open, the duct tape's all yours.
There's an image on each of those buttons. They tell a story, maybe? I bet the animals should start from the left shore.
What's going on?
So, how did your expedition to Jake's mine turn out?
Well, as you may or may not have heard, I didn't find the mine, but at least now I know where it isn't, which is just as good as knowing where it is. Sorta.
You've been a big help.
Not a problem.
There, good as new. Oh, sorta.
Yes?
We'll talk some more later.
I'll be waiting.
Can't check that. I'm done with that. Finish that. I'm done with that. Check. Check. Finish that. Finish that. Still have to do that.
More questions?
I should get going.
My publisher thanks you.
Hey, how's it going?
See you later.
You know where to find us.
And naturally, we have still more pipes. There, that looks right. Sounds like steam from the engine is moving through those pipes now.